sensitive to and emit a great deal of PK, of psychokinetic energy.
But my question is a medium just a person who couldn't quite make it to psychic? Like their skills weren't that up to par?
Or is that
I think they're
a small, medium on the large?
I think they're more like it's a synonym for like, because a medium would have a certain degree of like psychic ability, you know what I mean? Or I guess the term psychic like is like
more for show.
Well, it also describes someone who could see things other people can't, be that like chronologically you can't see it yet, hasn't happened yet, or just seeing something that other people can't see, like the ability to like project and see something that you're not physically close to. And so I guess a medium would still be considered a psychic and vice versa, because a medium is seeing things or hearing things that other people can't.
Yeah. The way I see it though is I feel like it's not necessarily that. I think that's more like added on by like Hollywood, like, oh, this is what a psychic is, this and that. I think it's just more of a sensitivity to be able to like to feel shit around you and kind of know what's there and that. Because I'm not saying I'm a psychic, no, I'm kidding. But since I was young, like I've seen shit, I felt shit, and I feel like for a lot of cases, like if you talk to people, they're like, well, I can see ghosts and there's ghosts here and I can feel them. A lot of people have, where I've gone over this on the podcast as well, they've been like close to death, and I feel like that kind of like little spacing thing kind of helps, but I don't think it's fairly necessary for it.
Yeah, so if we're just looking at it in terms of what's widely accepted now, that could easily be explained by the fact that you're more sensitive to picking up on PK, like, and obviously someone who's close to passing over is a little bit closer or even pressed up against that veil between this and the next. I'll remain fairly agnostic in my explanation of that, but whatever you believe is next, that veil of between what's here and there, would also become more sensitive to like PK energy, just because of the state that they're in, mentally, emotionally, physically, and whatever you believe as spiritually or psychically or whatever.
And I remember that joke you were talking about. It's, what do you call a 4'5" person that could see ghosts running from the law? A small, medium at large.
Yeah, but I think I've told you, I don't know if I've ever covered it on the fucking podcast, but I think like the reason that like since I was younger, I was able to kind of like not kind of see them, which kind of sounds weird, but like I've seen, is because my mom owned a haunted house in Mexico where supposedly they built on top of like where this dude got murdered and they hid the body there or some shit. So we had a giant tree, and then me and my sister when we were little, we'd like run up the tree and like hop off and shit. And I jumped and my shirt got caught on the back of a thing and it was like choking me. And I felt like I just like somebody pick up and let go. I was like, did you do that? And she's like, no. I was like, damn, I almost fucking hung myself in Mexico. Shit was wild.
But yeah, I think at this point, I think there's definitely like people who I think are more, I mean, if we could think, I recently like had a discussion with a person that like brought this to my attention. It's like a magnet, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And some of us are positively charged for PK, and so you're sensitive to that energy and you attract it.
Yeah.
And like I believe you're an individual who has that. I think you're probably pretty positively charged just based off of the experiences that you've been through and the duration that you've been experiencing things and been through that stuff. I think, again, I probably have the displeasure of having that as well.
Right.
And I think there's probably degrees to it. Like I would never call myself a medium or a psychic or even a sensitive or anything like that. I don't prescribe to those titles, but I think definitely just charged and set up to give and receive that energy. But I also think that there's the opposite. I think there's people who are like a negative polarity to that energy. And those that like repel it, and they almost serve as like PK dampeners, like people who are just like cut off, and stuff won't happen around those people. It doesn't matter how charged up a location will be, you know what I mean? It'll always push the magnet away. It just does that. And I don't know if you guys have ever met those type of people where they're just like, no, I've never had anything happen. I've never had anything happen like around me.
Like I tried doing this and then nothing happened.
Yeah. Or if you've tried to like be around those people in a scenario where like, you know, location is like charged or like, you know, experiences have been, and it just doesn't happen around those people. Have either of you guys like had that experience, like where there's a person like that?
Our assistant manager, well, my assistant manager, he's that way. Like he's like, no, because we had stuff happen at the warehouse like for a while where it was happening like during the day to like our boss, and then like the reception.
Jeffy with the luscious lock.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's just like, no, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. And like I've talked to him because he's like my direct manager, or and he's like, no, it's like I've been here for like this long and then I've never seen anything. But yeah, like our boss, she was getting like her cabinets like fucking like thrown, like the doors were being like slammed and shit. And then we'd go and wait.
I was in her office one time and we were talking when all of a sudden you hear fucking bang on the cabinet, but nothing was there.
Yeah, and he's just like, I don't believe it. Like, I've never seen anything. I was like, I think that might be him.
Yeah, our old assistant manager had video of a candy flinging itself across the warehouse floor in the middle of the night.
Yeah, that was crazy. Ghosts.
Yeah, so I definitely think like, again, you could call it whatever you want, like whatever energies or whatever. If you think like the reference to like psychokinetic energy or PK or whatever, because it does sound a little ridiculous. It even sounds ridiculous to me. But I do think it's an interesting way to look at it, and especially look at people in those in the model of like having those polarities in there, because I definitely know people that are definitely like the opposite to me, because I mean we've had upbringings where like you don't want it to keep happening. It just does.
So is that like why back at your house when we heard the fucking roaring, all that shit was so goddamn intense? Just two fucking positively charged people.
Yeah, I absolutely think that's it. And you know, and I don't know if you've ever have you been told about like the things that happened in that place? You brought up like the roaring and stuff, but you know what happened in that place like after we left, right?
I don't know about after you left, but if I remember right, before you even moved in, there was 2 suicides, including one person that hung themselves. And I think it was either your parents' room or the living room, like by the ceiling fan.
Jesus.
Yeah. So
this is the first time I'm hearing about this shit. What the fuck's going on?
Yeah, no, that was a thing. And then literally like a DeFeo-esque incident happened immediately after. Inside of a year after us leaving, there was, I think, a family of 5.
Yeah.
And in
that fucking tiny house?
Well, there was 6 of us when we lived there.
Oh, damn, that's true.
Yeah, there was 6 of us at one point. So yeah, it was a family of 5, and the eldest son in that house murked the whole family in their beds.
What the fuck?
Damn. Where did he murk himself at, or did he not?
No, I don't think I think I said like DeFeo-esque.
Oh, so it's
Yeah.
legitimate, same shit, just that, and then didn't do anything else.
All in their beds.
Damn.
Like, same thing with that story, like the DeFeo story. Like, how do you sleep through that?
Yeah, like
If
the
you're
gunshot's fucking loud.
if you're the last one, that means like you just slept through 4 of those.
You gotta feel shitty when you find out, like, you wake up and you're like, oh, I'm about to be murdered, and then you kill the rest of the family. But like, yep. Like, damn. How could you tell me I had fucking 4 bodies opportunity to get the fuck out of here?
But no, and it's like a similar scenario. Like that person I guess, wasn't jailed. They were institutionalized.
Jesus.
So did they use the same thing? Because didn't DeFeo use a shotgun, right?
It wasn't a shotgun. It was a hunting rifle.
Okay, I couldn't remember if it was a shotgun or a
No,
rifle.
it was something that would crack like thunder,
Okay, but hear me out. He used a hunting rifle, and that shit's loud as fuck. But if you wore all camo, do you think they didn't see him coming?
Well,
I'm sorry, that was fucked up.
I don't think he John Cena the scenario.
No, I'm talking more Rambo. Just fucking, what is it, the under eye thing? It's the
That
fucking bandana.
Everybody knows that makes you invisible.
It's John Wambo.
Yeah,
John Wambo.
Wambo.
I don't know if camo silences firearms.
I'm not saying you can still hear it, but you're not gonna see it coming. Where is he? He's in the trees.
So if you heard it 3 times over, you're just gonna be like, oh no, I'm just gonna stay
Oh
here.
yeah, it's clearly fucking thunder in the middle of August.
It's okay if
monsoon
I
season.
play dead, he'll leave me alone.
You're like, you know what? If Predator taught me nothing, I'm gonna go smear some fucking cold mud on me. He won't see me.
Yep, he won't be able to see.
But yeah, so that was literally the scenario at that house, and that was again one of the 3 houses that were within that like quarter-mile range. I think that area is super fucked.
See, and I don't remember hearing anything about our house either, but there had to have been some shit that happened there. Had to have been.
Well, they can't sell it. You know that, right?
Oh, is it still fucking for sale?
It's
Is that one that I fucking saw for sale?
Yeah, the one that I showed you.
Dad fucking explains it because he had told me, he's like, yeah, there's like this many rooms, and they built like a back house or whatever. It's like this comes with the property. And it's like 100,000. I was like, that sounds pretty good. I was like, because I was looking to move in, and then he's like, he told me last year. I was like, oh, never mind.
Yeah, they can't give that thing away. And
drop it down another 50K, and I'll consider it.
Make a couple more rooms for me, and I'll take it.
I think that's definitely one. I told you, if you ever reached out and were able to like get that on the books, I think that would bring me out of retirement. I think I'd come back for that one.
Imagine, dude, I'm gonna hit up the fucking site, like, if you can't sell it, I just maybe Airbnb it.
Right.
Yeah, even if like we were able to like get a hold of like the realtor or whatever, and just get an evening there to return for an investigation.
Well, because I think they still live in it currently too.
Yeah, that I don't know. Did you reach out? Is that confirmed?
No, I had tried reaching out, but it went to voicemail and I hadn't got a call back. But I had driven by there and there were cars in the driveway and the gate was shut. So I don't think it was like a real estate tour going on, because normally they just leave the gate open.
Yeah, I think any one of those 3 places, if you guys could ever lock that down, I think I'd come out of retirement for those ones, I think just because of the personal attachment and that the one that's for sale specifically for you. I'm not sure if you would actually be willing to do that.
Yeah, I'd go back.
Okay, hear me out.
The funny thing is where we turned my sister's room, or the big ass walk-in pantry, into her room, converted it. I guess they converted that into like a dining room or some shit.
What would you guys do? They'd be like, we reach out to them, like, oh yeah, no, you know what? Even on top, I'll give you one on top. You guys can stay the night.
I'd do it.
Would you?
Yeah, I would, but I don't know. This is now bringing me into like bringing both of our sanities into question. Because I'm not sure if you're right in that, if you would return there.
Oh yeah, that place was absolutely terrifying, but I'd go back.
I'd be like, I'll wait. I'll
Because
sleep in the
now
car.
that I have a better understanding, I think it would be interesting as fuck to throw this bitch up with all these mics around, fucking use a spirit talker, all the other equipment that we have now. It makes more sense. Be able to possibly get some answers to that fucking place.
Yeah, then it poses that like terrifying question. What if it remembered?
Oh shit! What if ghosts like memory foam?
What if it recognizes you? And the thing that's terrifying about both of those places for you and I is that place knew exactly what you were afraid of. That place knew exactly what you were afraid of and showed it to you.
That's the place where I always had nightmares. Saw the pointed fucking red tail when my parents were out getting fucking laundry, apparently, out of the rain.
The picture I painted for you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. My fucking back door with a fucking stained or fogged glass window. Yeah, that was always a fun one, seeing different fucking shapes and faces outside that window.
Yeah, I don't know if you have that. I don't know if you have it put away or
I have it boxed up with some other like old pictures, like actual film pictures and shit.
But I literally I went through a period where I was like trying to like go through my cathartic experience of like trying to like go back and get over this stuff because it's stayed with me for so long. That one of the things that I did to just like go through that healing process to like get over that trauma, because it was very much trauma.
Yeah.
Was I painted you that picture of a shared experience. And those are probably like the worst experiences to have when you have them shared, because then there's really no doubt about what happened. When someone else is sitting there looking in the same state of shock and trauma, telling you that they're seeing the exact same thing,
where you're like, some validity to it.
God, I can't just be crazy. Why? Then it's when it's confirmed by somebody else, and you know what you're seeing is there, but it can't be.
I hated your fucking bathroom.
Yeah, that was another physical.
You want to talk about like long hallways? Well, for us as kids, it was long. Now it would probably be, like 10, 15 feet.
Yeah.
But it's their bedroom on the back with a random door that goes to outside, but in an elevated area. So you'd fall like 7 feet to your fucking ass. It was a very weird place for a door. But that bedroom, and then went hallway, restroom, like a foot past, back door, and then kitchen. And just anytime you pass that bathroom in the dark, it never felt pleasant.
No, there's actually an experience that I had with that bathroom.
Oh, I remember.
Where I was in one of those nights in seeing something outside the window. I tried to run down that hall to my parents, and I couldn't have been more than like 6 or 7 years old at this point. I was physically pulled into that restroom.
Oh shit.
And blacked out. I woke up the next morning and I was like, I was running, I was pulled, and I woke up the next morning.
What the fuck? That's fucking crazy.
Yeah. So
I kind of don't want to investigate these anymore. No, I'm good.
No, it's one of those places where I would love to test the theory of like the person who's a dampener or like something like that. If we were to ever like test that in a place, that would be the place. Because if you locked down an investigation at one of those places and you were going there, anybody who went along would really have to understand what they're signing up for, because there's no doubt, there's no question. If you go, something is going to happen.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit that one out. If it's both of you guys, because I don't think I'm one of those fucking magnet things. I think just things have a habit of attaching themselves to me because, like I said, I always had like the amount of anxiety gives me like negative fucking emotions around shit like that.
Oh, for sure.
So I don't think I'm a fucking damper. I think I'm just fucking dumb enough to allow shit to attach itself to me.
Yeah, and I think that's a place where, like, now with obviously the knowledge that we have now, that doing any one of those places would require like a significant amount of preparation, because going back to any one of those places, I think, especially with the personal history, it has the potential to be bad.
I said, I've forgotten a lot of things that have happened there over the years, but yeah, seeing that fucking waking up to a mass fucking monsoon style thunderstorm, but like insane, every at least 30 seconds was lightning and thunder, just insane. You can hear the wind blowing, the rain pounding.
Oh, we had sheds blow away in some of those storms.
Yeah, and I'm just there in the house, like it wakes me up, and then of course out of my back door I see shit, so I'm freaked out, so I go to run to my parents' room, and there's this giant hole. So when we first moved in, we left that hole.
Yeah, it was some like breezeway thing that like you couldn't walk through, but it was like a window with no paint in it. It was a very 70s design.
Yeah, along with that toilet right inside the front door. But then my dad called the throne, and we actually left it there the entire time we lived there.
Yeah, your dad loved it.
We glorified it.
It was his prized possession.
Yeah. But so I jumped through there, which later wouldn't have been possible because we ended up moving the entertainment center in front of that, and the couches behind up against the window. But I jumped through that, and I go into my parents' room. No one's there. I'm like freaking out. I'm screaming for them. They're not coming. And I start seeing this little red triangle fucking thing on what looked, again, just thin piece of tail, just moving around one side of the bed. And then I'd freak out and start screaming even more, and it'd disappear. And then it'd be on the other side of the bed, and then the foot of the bed, and then the other side of the bed. And then like started growing, like the thing was fucking coming up. And that's when I went under the covers screaming, and my mom finally gets in the room, and she's like, "Oh, what's going on? Are you okay?" And I explained what happened, but they didn't believe me.
Yeah.
But I guess they were out getting laundry because they kept saying, "Oh, maybe you were just dreaming." No, I was in here screaming the entire time until you came back inside.
Do you know what's the scariest shit though about like revisiting all like these memories from like when you were a kid?
What's that?
Thinking the fact that what if they did believe you, but they have to be the adult and they have to comfort you. So they're kind of like, oh no, nothing's there. And now they're fucking terrified. Cause same shit with the fucking house we had in Mexico that my mom had.
Yeah.
That was like crazy haunted. So like I said, they got killed there, and then they supposedly hit the body there, and then they built over it. And then supposedly there's like gold hidden somewhere on the property that was this guy's. That's why he got killed.
Yeah.
And I've told you a couple stories, but she had this giant fucking painting. It was like, from when I was a kid remembering it, it was like maybe like 3 feet by 3 feet.
Yeah.
And it was just like sorrowful, like in pain, crying in agony, Jesus, which I fucking hate those so much. Catholics have a really good thing about they're very good at doing like Catholic guilt.
Dude, if a restaurant doesn't have one of those staring at you while you eat, that ain't proper Mexican food.
Yeah. So it's like, it's just his face, and it's like the crown of thorns, and like there's blood coming down his face. He's crying, and he's like looking off to like the heavens.
Oh, the one where he's looking up, tears coming down, blood coming down.
Yes.
Like, yeah. Okay.
Yes.
I know the exact one you're talking about.
Me and your wife were fucking terrified of that growing up. And we recently came up like across like maybe 6-7 years ago when we went to like Mexico, because my uncle has it now. I swear to God, remembering it as a kid, it was like 3 feet by 3 feet, like giant thing. But no, it's a tiny little fucking like mini canvas picture. I was like, that can't be the same picture, can it? He's like, yeah, we took it straight from the house. But everybody has like shit there where like we tell my mom, and we'd be terrified. We'd never want to sleep in that fucking house. And we'd always have to sleep like at our aunt's, is like right next door to it. And I explained to you my family when they moved there from like they lived there their whole lives, but they had bought maybe like 8 or 9 acres each of them, like side to side. So like that whole fucking like 4 blocks is just family.
Oh, nice.
So we had to go sleep at one of our aunts' house, like right next door, because we never wanted to be in that house.
Right next door, a block away.
Yeah.
I wish that would have worked for us when we were younger, but that just meant he was going from his house in that same area to mine. And it wasn't an improvement going to either of those. And then, like the story from earlier, we couldn't escape to our other aunt because then that was the 3rd house in that area.
Yeah, but that's the thing though, because like
it was just
her
for
house,
the comfort,
like those houses.
Hey, we're not alone now.
Oh my god! So those houses, they all felt kind of like the same, but we'd never really see stuff at our aunt's house, and it was like right on the property, but like right next to it. But we've all had like experiences there. Like I remember if it was your wife or my other sister. They heard like dishes being thrown, and then we went to check, and then nothing. All the dishes were perfectly fine. And when I was there, I had the little tricycle. I was a little adorable little kid. I was like 2, 3.
So adorable.
Yep, on my little tricycle, and oh my god, it was just The Shining. It was Mexico, The Shining, because I'd be on my fucking little tricycle riding around the rooms.
The Shining.
And we had a back door, like these heavy metal back doors that were open to let the breeze in. And I saw like this guy just like kind of standing there, and he started like walking across. And I told my mom, and she's like, "Oh yeah, no, that never happened." I remember talking to her a couple years back about this too. It's like, "Oh no, I know, I saw it too, and I was fucking terrified, but I just couldn't tell you." I was like, "Cause you're gonna be fucking scared, and then I'm scared, and then everybody's scared, and what the fuck are we supposed to do?" I was like, "Fair enough."
Better to be scared together than scared alone.
Just by thinking, like, when you guys tell your parents these things, like, if they ever experience shit there too and they know it's actually happening, but then they have to comfort you as the adult.
Oh, no. My mom straight told us, this house haunted. I've seen shit in the antique room.
Yeah.
I was telling him about, you remember that show where they would go in and record with the camcorder on MTV? Like, I can't remember what it's called, but it was... Yeah, Fear. And after my dad had gotten his cancer, we were like, oh, let's do that at like 3 a.m, because fuck it. Why not? We were the only ones at the house.
Yeah, that also wasn't a good idea.
Hindsight, baby.
Next time I go with you to like, we could go to your parents' house, I want to see the antique room because I don't think I've ever seen it. I've been inside your parents' house like twice.
Yeah, no, you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
No. Go inside it. You go inside in broad daylight. You'll feel it.
Fuck. Was it that room that's off to the side, like when you walk in and there's like the kitchen and then you go past and there's like the living room over here and then there's something on this side?
Yeah, it's the opposite side.
Oh yeah, I think they had the door closed when I went in. I was like, that's crazy.
I wish it doesn't even have doors.
Oh, it doesn't have a door?
No.
No,
but when you're walking,
I vaguely remember
when you're first walking through, you can see my parents' bedroom door through there. So you probably saw that door closed.
Yeah. And so just to the right off of that is the antique room. So you could walk like from the living room into like my uncle's, your dad's office, loop through the antique room into the kitchen.
It's just a circle.
It's all open air and you could like loop through. And it doesn't matter like which side you were coming from. Like at night as kids, we were like stopping at that space, turning around, not doing this part of the loop.
Yeah, because you saw him as like, it's like there's like World War II, like the fucking rifles, and then like was it a cutlass that you have?
Yes, sir.
And I was
there's antiques that are probably close to 200 years old.
Yeah, I was like, if it was used in a war, you gotta assume they're seeing death. I was like, that's probably why. I was like, I don't know why you guys would keep those antiques. Like, I get that it's fucking awesome to have that shit. At the same time, from like the spiritual part of it, and you're like, why?
Get a replica.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, come on.
I'll buy you a fucking replica musket if you want. Just don't keep this around.
But it's beautiful. And it's I believe it's family of some sorts.
Yeah, because like now being like an adult and like with my kid, she's like, fun, like I'm scared of this, or what about this? What if this happen? Because that kid's got anxiety like a motherfucker, just like me. I was like, you're gonna overthink a lot of shit and it's gonna scare you in your life. But like I'm like, I have to be the adult here and I have to be like, no, there's nothing there. You're fine. Like there's no ghosts in this cabin in the middle of the woods.
when he's seen a worse version of the ghost than she is.
Like, that hasn't happened yet, but if it ever does happen, I don't think I'd be able to keep my composure.
But yeah, I like
fuck this, take her.
I love the point. I love the point you're making, because like you could literally go back and see adults handling it differently. And I don't know if it was because it was like affecting them differently, but like our mothers tried to pray it away.
Oh yeah,
because we could speculate about this as well, but I think because they were just scared.
Oh yeah,
I think my father stayed firm on the fact that like it doesn't exist. That stuff is not real. Monsters, ghosts, the whole lot of it, it's not real. And
see, I wish my dad had said any of that, but he was just an asshole.
He's gonna fucking get you.
Well,
better run.
Well, and this is the part of what we could speculate, and I apologize if this is like too personal.
Oh no, you're fine.
But he just got angry, like in response to it, like really angry.
Yeah,
and I don't know if that was like influenced by whatever was happening.
Yeah,
or if that was just like, you know, if you have that response, then it's gonna happen less, or you're somehow going to scare it away.
Come catch his fucking hands, ghost.
There ain't nothing I can't punch through.
You want to throw fisticuffs?
On guard.
Bully.
But I think those are probably all easily readable responses now, as just adults trying to handle it like the best way they understood how. You know what I mean? Like, again, like you could try to be like, no, pray it away. It'll, you know, you have protection through this spiritual medium, or
you're a ghost. I bring my own ghost, the Holy Ghost.
Bringing a whole trinity to this situation.
Run up on you, dog.
Catch that fade.
Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost.
Or the idea that like, if you don't acknowledge it, if you don't believe it, it can't. You can't happen to you, or it won't happen to you.
From personal experience, that's bullshit.
Yeah, no, facts. But or the situation, like I said, of just like, if you get like so mad that you feel like you're gonna like anger it or intimidate it away.
Yeah.
Pull a gun.
And experientially, like none of those are like actual methods to dealing with it.
No.
But back then their mind goes to, see, reverse psychology.
You know, pray the ghost away.
It scared me. I'm gonna scare it.
Ooga booga booga. But that's the thing though, because you're also a parent. How would you have reacted if like your daughter was younger? She would have told you like, hey, there's like something in the closet, and then like you see something in the closet as well. Are you gonna be like, no, there's nothing there, go to bed? Or would you be like, fuck that, grab your shit, we're out of here?
That's super rough. And you know, like obviously, like I don't know. I don't think, like, if that's happening to you, like just leaving doesn't work.
Yes,
a lot of the time.
Yes, we both see it, but clearly it's not here to hurt. So let's just try and go back to bed.
Fucking rain boot.
I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. It's speculation as to how I would handle it, and maybe that sounds like a cop out, but I have no idea how I would handle that until it happened.
Yeah, because that's like my thing too. Is like when my daughter's like, "Can I go ghost hunting with you?" Like a part of it is because I know she's gonna instigate the ghost and she's gonna be like talk shit to it. But at the same time, I also don't want to be like, if something does happen, because you've seen how I react to this shit. Like I'm like, what the fuck? What's going on? But then I'm like, all right, well, let's keep investigating and see what's happening. I'm not like, fuck you, ghost, come fucking find me, bitch. No, I'm like,
funny enough, in Asian cultures, they believe that that's the way to get rid of the ghost, is by talking shit.
Yeah. So my thing is like, first I get hit with that wave of fear, but then I'm like, I gotta kind of buckle down and see what the fuck's happening, because this is why we're here. My thing is, I don't ever want my daughter to see me in that fucking headspace. So that's why I'm never gonna take her ghost.
Doing the fucking.
Well, and that also like transitions you to what could potentially be a different headspace. Is you now have to like try to come to terms with that in your own head while remaining
calm
and maintaining your composure as a protector of somebody who is like in your guard.
Yeah, because like
somebody you're responsible.
Yeah, because thinking about it, like before when we used to like go something, I was like, oh well, yeah, like I'm scared, but that's fine. But at the same time, I'm like, I gotta buckle down and figure this shit out. Now, if that happens, I'm like, I'm scared. It's not fine. I gotta buckle down, make sure the kid's fine, make sure she's safe, and nothing else is happening.
Yeah, because like
can't shoot a ghost.
I mean, obviously, like
that's my go-to.
Going into a situation like that's a very like masculine response, and like I don't. Not gendering anybody. Yeah. I'm just saying it's a masculine response to be like, well, like I'm not super concerned about my own well-being.
I just gotta make sure the kid's fine.
But there's people who are responsible, like who look to me to protect them.
Yeah.
And that's a very different headspace than if you're just in a group of men. Like I'm only worried about my own well-being, and I'm not all that worried about my own well-being.
Fuck you guys. I don't have to outrun the ghost. I just have to outrun one of you guys.
Yeah, I just have to trip you, dog.
Gang, you can't do that to a kid. Fuck out of here. Facepalm.
Stiff arming the poor kid.
Not even that, just if they get ahead of you, just kick the bottom of their shoe.
Yeah, like
flat tire.
That's a completely different response, like I said, than to being in that situation with a bunch of other like masculine energies where like I don't know. I think it's just a really
masculine's the color of your energy, whoa.
But it's just a really like male train of thought to say that like, you know, we're not like as dudes, we're not super concerned about our own well-beings, and as dudes our natural response is we put people above ourselves all the fucking time.
Yeah,
that's what we do, especially sitting at a round table of dads. This is really easy to fucking say, is we put people ahead of ourselves all the fucking time. You have
to. That's kind of like the role you're put into.
Right?
But it's not every dad though. My dad didn't do that shit. So growing up, my dad used to tell me stories like in Mexico, like this dude, he had like, I don't know what he did, but he did something. And they ended up hanging him by like a tree that's like where, like a giant tree that's still there. And everybody's like, oh, well, it's haunted. Like you can hear shit and like you see stuff there. And he told me stories like, yeah, like I had to walk down there when I was a kid and it was terrifying and I was scared and I never want to do it. And he's like, and then we ended up going to his village, like to stay like a month over there in Mexico with him. And we had to go, it was like nighttime, and then we needed something from my aunt's house, which was like 4 blocks going up past that tree. And it was nighttime, and he didn't go. He sent me and my cousin, and we're both like, I was like 13, and my cousin maybe 16. He's like, yeah, you guys go, you're fine. I was like, is that by the haunted tree? He's like, oh, you're fine. There's not haunted. I was like, you want to come with us? Like, I would, but I have to stay here, and I have to watch the grill. I was like, okay.
Like, why don't you come with us? Hell no, you go.
You go. You're an adult. You have longer legs. You're faster. But he's like, no, you guys go. I was like, you fucking asshole.
Okay, so like, yeah, I feel really comfortable saying this, but a group of like good dads or just like decent males, like we have that train of thought of just we do it all the time. I don't think other people do that, but we put people and others' well-beings above our own all the fucking time.
Well, I mean, what did I do back in high school? Absorbed everybody's shit.
That's just what you do. But yeah, so yes. I don't know. I would never like to be put in that situation where I have to figure out what I do.
Because you know, for a fact, as soon as it happens, your brain's gonna go into kind of like that, oh shit, and then it's gonna snap into, I gotta make sure everybody else is fine first. Like that can be scared later, but
well, yeah, and that's very different than my like response to that when things are like inside the scope of reality, which is like all of our responses, which is to like, you know, chamber around and I'll handle it.
What's up, homeless crackhead man? You look at my family weird?
Knuckle up, bitch.
Knuck if you buck, homeboy. Yeah, but if it's a ghost, you'd be like, ah, shit.
Yeah, then it's where like, oh, my usual tactics do not work in this scenario.
Can't pistol whip a ghost.
And that was the time I forgot my holy water squirt gun.
Just fucking douse your gun in fucking holy water. Come get some.
That
You want some Confederate soldier, bitch boy? Come get some.
That and salt water.
Oh, God.
Holy salt water.
I mean, sweat is salt water. But like, fucking come get some. I'll backhand a ghost.
In nomine Patri, Filii, Spiritus Sancti.
Yeah, but that's always like an interesting thing. Like I think back on, like now I was like, because like how many times have I told? Because I was a fucking wild kid, dude. Like we lived in this little fucking trailer thing, and I remember when I was like 4, like we were all sitting at the table, and this was like maybe like 9 a.m. I was like 5 or 6 actually, and we're having breakfast, and I turn around and I see like this old guy like walking from like where the front door is into like the bathroom, and I'm like looking at him, I was like, "What are you looking at?" And I tell her, and then like I can see that her demeanor changes, kind of fucks up morning breakfast, and he said like, "Old guy died," and then I think later on my brother told me he's like, "Yeah, somebody like killed themselves in this house before we owned it," and
damn.
there was always kind of shit going around like that. I'm pretty sure she has a couple stories too, but just kind of see my mom's like demeanor change. It's like, no, you're fine. And sometimes she would get mad. And like as an adult now, I understand. Like, what the fuck are you mad at me? It was like, be mad at the fucking ghost. But no, it was like you have a fucking fight or flight instinct, and you can't fucking leave your kids. So you're gonna get mad. Like nothing's there. Like there's nothing there. You're lying. I'm like, okay, but it's crazy. Kind of like have to put yourself in that situation now. I'm like. Because my kid's like, there's somebody standing there. I'll be like,
but at the same time,
knock on wood, I hope nobody sitting here ever has to be put in that position.
But again, though, my question to that is, if you're put in that situation, thinking about it, like if you tell them no, it's not real, they're going to start losing their sense of reality in their fucking minds. Would you rather them start losing their sanity or just being scared?
So I think the easiest way to approach that one would be you don't outright deny it, because it's kind of how my parent did. Because then I was like, am I seeing shit? What you do is you can be like, there might not be something there, or...
Sorry, that is our 4th person for the podcast.
Our 4th mic.
His name is Spam, and he's being a needy cat right now.
He's seen some shit in that warehouse. But you don't outright deny it. You won't, because... I believe the term is gaslight. Like, there's nothing there. You can be like, okay, well, if you saw something, we can like kind of like, hey, let's talk about it. What did you see? He's like, you're fine. It's like, nothing happened. Like, I understand you're terrified, and being scared is a natural response to seeing things. You kind of have to like therapize it.
Yeah. Well, and I think there's also like, you brought up like 2 different modes too, which is like, one, they're reporting an experience.
Yeah.
And if they're reporting an experience, I didn't see it.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty rational. I'm pretty logical. So if I don't know what happened if I didn't see it.
Yeah.
So I can only coach you through what happened secondhand.
Yeah.
And that's just part of raising a kid, because they go through experiences that we're not there for all the time.
Yeah.
And so we have to do that. Doing that is much different than like a shared experience.
Yep.
Where you're like, fuck, I saw it too.
But I feel like either way, you have to be empathetic of their feelings first, which kind of, it like, that's just kind of the thing about being like an adult and the parent in the situation. Because you can't freak out, because that's only going to make things worse. You have to like bear down, fucking get your motherfucking bearings. And you got to be like, okay, well, we both saw this, but everything's going to be okay.
Yeah, then you have to like put your dad chonies on and address.
I'm going to be like, what the fuck was that?
And address something that also freaked you out. So then you have to explain, like, listen, like, I'm freaked out too.
But we're going to be fine.
But like, we're going to be okay. Like, please, like, the last thing we want to do is feed into this.
Yeah.
Which is also a possibility. Like you've already described today. Like,
keep the fighting down, the arguing down, all the negative shit down.
Yeah. Well, even like you guys, know that it's not just like your mental and emotional energy either. like even like having a chaotic situation at home that's like not necessarily negative. This is why people like who are hoarders or people who keep a really messy, unorganized space.
Yeah.
I'm not targeting you.
My mom, on the other hand.
Okay.
But like those type of scenarios where you're also keeping a very chaotic, unkempt space, even though there's not necessarily like negative energy or emotions put into it, it still has that chaotic, like unkempt feeling.
Yeah.
Like those things could also like trigger stuff, because again, when something wants to, it's going to take every opportunity and every chance to like to get at you, like in a weak space, or at least if something's coming at you with malintent or malevolence, which unfortunately feels like the only type of fucking experiences like we ever have. But
well, see, and luckily I've never had a single issue in this house. Not once even a feeling of unease.
Yeah.
Knock on wood.
Knock on wood.
But how terrifying would it be though if like instead of ghosts attacking you like at your lowest, they catch you at your high point? I just got promotion, boom, you get bodied by a fucking ghost. You promote these nuts.
I mean, that would be
Promote
like
this
that would
power.
be like I think I would like welcome that more, because I'd be like, well, at least I got this going on.
It's like one of those things where you had like a long fucking day and then it's like so much like shit just piled on, and then you go to open your door and you drop your fucking keys and that's like the last fucking straw. You're like,
yeah, but I mean, I would rather have something like kill my high, than as opposed to like being in those moments in life
piling more shit on,
where you're like, what else could fucking happen? And it's like someone actually hears you say that. What else you say?
Ghost kid. Fucking 19th century little ghost girl in the fucking dress. What's up? I heard you talking all that shit. What's going on?
Oh, life is pretty bad right now. Shadow figure.
I'm gonna fucking kick you while you're down.
You say, bad day, enjoy this possession.
Oh, you're having a lot of anxiety. Toilet light disco.
Oh, it's like, oh, you had a rough day today? Let me throw everything off your fucking walls. But yeah, I feel like,
oh, you wanna have something to believe in? Let me turn this cross upside down.
Let me turn your savior up on his head.
I don't know. That's a silly one. I really don't like the misrepresentation of like the inverted cross thing in Hollywood.
Yeah. I had that whole conversation when I was like in high school. So a kid had like a shirt with an upside down cross, and I was like, oh, it's Satan. It's like, no, that's not what it is. Cause like an invert cross, like it's St. Peter's cross. Cause
it's deicide.
Yeah. Cause when you got fucking crucified, it's like, I'm not worthy to be crucified the same way the Son of God. So crucify me upside down.
Yeah.
And then he showed me
cross. Yeah.
And then he showed me the fucking cross that looks like a penis. He's like, that's the satanic cross. I was like, oh.
Yeah, there's literally, I think you're referencing like the brimstone cross with like the two bars and the infinity symbol below.
Looks like balls on a dick.
Yeah, that's actually related to the occult. But yeah, you just explained it. The Petrin cross is actually
hey,
like
you leave the devil's holy dick alone.
Yeah, and then you see like musicians that they have like that shit like tattooed. Like, what's the dude from that fucking tattoo show, the Ink Masters? He used to be in fucking Jane's Addiction.
Freddie Mercury.
Dave Navarro.
Yeah.
Him. I think he has a tattoo like right on like chest and his throat. And I was like, come on, dude. You gotta know that looks like a dick. He's the throat goat.
The devil's throat goat.
But yeah, I was like, that's the whole thing, is like just like the misrepresentation. Because to make it scarier, like if the cross goes like, it doesn't go upside down, but it like another bar spreads out of it and then like balls at the bottom of it. I feel like that would be more terrifying than an upside down cross.
Yeah, no, that would be way scarier, because that actually has its like roots in like occultism. But
yeah, would you be able to be scared, or would you be too busy fucking laughing?
But if you were to just see
I'd be terrified.
across like flip, you'd be like, PETA.
Or like, imagine going to like, I'm gonna go visit my grandma in like this retirement home, and you see an upside down cross. As soon as you walk in, you're like, oh, it's like her cross is upside down. It's like, well, this loopy old dingbat. Opposed to if you walk in and you see that fucking occultist cross, you're like, grandma's into some dark shit. Grandma, you good?
Grandma, what's the altar for?
That's a sharp knife you're coming at me with. What's going on, Grandma? I like your corpse paint. Did you join Mayhem?
Why do you have 30 goats out back?
That's a crazy looking picture of Aleister Crowley on your wall there. What's going on, Grandma?
What's in your record player? Is that Planet Piss?
And why is it playing backwards?
Oh, it's a cool picture of the Pope with his eyes scratched out. What's you want to get something off your chest, Grandma? Yeah, but I feel like just the fucking like.
Why do you have so many pictures of South Park's devil?
I feel, but the way my older brother has explained to me is he designed this like weird tattoo for himself, and basically what it is, it says God's greatest gift, but it's like in a circle, and the G's look like sixes, and they go around an eye. My mom, she's like, "Oh my God!" Is like that's like satanic, and she's like started preaching over. Was like, "Okay, but before you keep going, what's God's greatest gift?" She's like, "Life? No, it's fear." Because as soon as you saw that, you got scared. Like your brain instantly went into try to preach to me mode. I was like, "That's fucking evil, dog. You can't do that." But I think like the imagery behind all that shit too kind of adds to it.
Yeah, for sure. Like definitely that Hollywood satanic panic fear kind of like thrust a bunch of like literal tons of bullshit into the mainstream that you could tell when people are like faking now, like malevolent things, because they're describing things that have been regurgitated 5,000 times in film.
Real people that are into Satanism, you wouldn't even be able to tell. There's CEOs of Fortune 500 companies that are Satanists that you would think are if you ever had to describe them, you're like, oh, they're the sweetest person on the face of the fucking earth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they helped me move. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They gave my grandma a cool picture of the Pope. But yeah, like I feel like the majority of what you see, like, oh, I'm a Satanist. I was like, you're wearing fucking skinny jeans and guy liner and mascara. I was like, I don't think you're an actual Satanist. I think you just want to say that for like the clout and like the hype of it.
You're just a really, really big Cradle of Filth fan.
I saw you listening to K-pop. You're not a Satanist. But
when you discover your first Behemoth album,
I'm super into Satan. I totally love Bring Me the Horizon. Okay.
Why are you bringing up Maroon 5?
You mean Panic at the Disco wasn't founded by the occult?
Everybody knows that he's Aleister Crowley's nephew. But yeah, I think just like fear has a big part to play in like all this shit. As you said, they're never gonna catch you on the fucking up and up. They're gonna catch you on you're down low and you're done.
For sure. And like that all just, I think, rolls back into that argument of energies.
Yep.
And, just like positivity breeds itself when you're around positive people, you feel better.
Yeah.
Well, negative things, bad, dark things will feed off of bad, dark energy because that's its vibe. It's just vibing with you.
Hey, ghost lady, I like your vibe.
Yeah,
at that point, it's one and the same.
There is such thing as like passing the vibe check in a bad way.
You failed the vibe check, dog.
Now, the one place that would be really interesting to be able to investigate would be the old church we used to clean.
Yeah.
I'm going to sit that one out.
I'm not huge on the energies of organized religion. So
that place always felt off, always felt like you were being watched.
Because that's the worst thing, though, is when a fucking church is haunted. Like, what the fuck did you do to cause this? Because, like, it's supposed to be fucking sacred ground and you're being fucking haunted. That doesn't make any sense.
Then something has been done to bypass defenses.
Yeah, this fucking place is tainted. Just gotta look at the priest like, you doing some funny shit around here? What's going on?
I mean, they're a priest.
Fair enough. Like that fucking I went to a church where the fucking priest got this girl pregnant and she was underage. So instead of kicking him out of the church, they just moved him to Mexico where he did the same thing and then they brought him back. I was like, I give up on you guys.
Yeah, I don't think that's how that's supposed to work.
This isn't God's love. Yeah, but I was like, what the fuck?
Some kind of love.
He's got that fucking Jared Subway love. He's eating a little too fresh if you fucking ask me.
That one was bad. That was real bad.
Oh, man, it really was.
I don't know how long you've been sitting on that, but it was too long.
He's had that on his mind.
I'm working on my type 5 for the comedy shop.
Oh, somebody needs to draw your name on Kill Tony.
He's trying to test that Eminem theory. Can I just get away with saying whatever the fuck I want?
I want to see how far we go before we get demonetized.
This guy's out here trying to open for Casey Rocket.
Oh, fuck. Well, I think that kind of wraps this episode. We've been rambling for a minute.
Just a little bit, but yeah, it was definitely a good one.
It was a pleasure to be back
Once again.
Great having you again for the first time.
Yeah, it was good to be back for the first time. It was good to return once for the beginning of returning.
The prodigal son that never left has returned.
Oh, fuck. Well, yeah, it was definitely a good one, a fun one, and we hope you will enjoy. Side note, by the time you're hearing this, it'll be too late because this is probably going to be broken into a two-parter.
Yeah, I assumed it would be.
So again, hope you guys enjoy part 1 and 2 and let us know your thoughts.
Thank you guys for stopping by. We'll see you next time in Hellheim.